Okay, so we're back. The dog is settled and we're back into AutoCAD. So just before we get going, you may be wondering why we're not just drawing this line by line. So if I just turn this layer off for a second and move on to the object layer. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, we could just draw this line by line and move our way around and draw this shape. And to some degree that would work. So like if we were to start here in this bottom corner and draw this line, we know this line is 184 units long. So if we go back over here to AutoCAD and click on line, I could start here anywhere and I can drag it out. I don't even have to go that far. And I could type 184 and it draws my line. And then we know going up, so from here up is 57, so I can go up 90 degrees, type in 57, and we're good. Okay, so now I know that this has to be on a 45. The only difficulty is I do not know how long this line is. And for you math guys, you could probably figure it out and do some trig, and you would get it pretty close, but you would only be estimating, okay, because you would be off by a decimal point or two. So the problem is I get to here and I draw this line, and I have no idea how big to make this line. Okay, so similarly, if I was to start at this other end, type line, and come over here, let it snap, and click up, we know that the height of that is 20, and I know that I have to come back here on a 30-degree angle. So from here up needs to be 30, so 150 degrees. But again, I don't know how long it needs to be. Okay, so that's why we're not doing it this way. So to select all those, if you click and draw a line, drag a box, I can select them all like that, and just hit delete, and they're gone. So let's go back to our construction layer. And whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Turn our construction layer on and click on our construction layer. Okay. So this line didn't quite snap to 45. It did give me the information. So I want to show you how to get those polar snaps on. So down here are a bunch of options for AutoCAD, different ways of letting the tools do what they're doing. And you'll know when I get here and I'm on line tool and I get close to an intersection point, it goes green, or if I go close to an end point, it goes green with a box around it. Those are these object snaps down here. So if you click on object snap, right mouse click on it. Oh, you can see there's a bunch of them that are selected already. Endpoints, center of circle, intersection. We can also turn on it so it will snap to the midpoint of a line, which is pretty cool. Okay, quadrants of a circle, perpendiculars, tangent, etc. So let's turn that on by clicking on it. The one beside it is object snap tracking. Okay, so that's what we're going to right mouse click on. Object snap tracking. Okay, here we go here. So we want to get into polar tracking. Okay, and right now our polar tracking is set to 90 degrees, and that's why when I drew my first construction lines, they snapped horizontally and vertically. That's why it wasn't picking up this 45. I can change that angle so it snaps to every 45 degrees, every 30, etc., etc. Taking a look at our drawing, we've got two 45-degree angles and two 30-degree angles. So probably the best snapping one is our lowest common multiple for those, which is 15. Okay, again, a bit of math in there. So we'll set that to 15 and click OK. All right, so the way you get to that is just click on this, right mouse click on this, and then go Object Snap Tracking Settings. And you can see we have all of them in here. Okay, I can get to every one of these different tabs. Okay, so let's continue drawing, finish this up. We've got a 45-degree angle that comes down from this line, okay, or that point. So let's type line. I think I'm in line actually. Hit escape will get me out of that. So line, I'm going to have it snap to this. And now when I draw this line, you're going to see, it's a little laggy right now. Oh, sorry. Could be my internet. Was doing well here for a second. Now it's really bad. Okay, so there it is at 45 or 225 when I'm at this angle, so you need to be thinking about math as well. Right mouse click. Okay, line again, so if I right mouse click and hit repeat line, I'm going to start here, not click, and just move up 20, hit enter, there's my snap, and now I need a 30-degree angle. So this angle from the horizontal up is 30, which means for me, that's 180. So 30 up from there is going to be 150, and that should be long enough. That's 31 millimeters, so I'm going to click. Okay. To know for sure, right? So this distance was 26, and that's what I should have done first, was offsetted that line in. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to go back to offset, so type offset, hit enter, or go up to the menu bar. The distance is 26. Click on here. All right, it was long enough. There we go. Enter. Okay. Now one more line to draw. I need to draw this upper angle coming down. Okay, so we're just going to let it click onto there. I'm not touching the mouse. Drag down 20 units, and now drag out on my 30-degree angle, which is 180 plus 30, which is 210, and enter. Okay, so hopefully you can see that outline shape. Okay, if you ever lose your drawing and you need to move around, rolling your wheel on your mouse is your zoom, but if you press the space bar, why is it not? Press the space bar should work. I'm not in a tool. Space bar should be your pan movement, but that's not. Why did it continue to draw a line? I'm done. Okay. You can always right mouse click and go to pan, and you get this little hand and you can move it around. But that should not be what you have to do. The space bar usually converts any tool to. No, it just wants to go to select object. Okay, maybe they've changed that. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, but you should be able to see your object there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to then move to our object layer. Okay, so we're no longer on the construction layer, we are on the object layer. That's going to change the color of our line. That's what these little colored boxes mean. So everything that's on the construction layer is set to yellow, everything on the dimension layer is set to red, and everything on the object layer is set to white. And that's because I've set the drawing up ahead of time. So now what we can do is we can just use our line tool, start anywhere you want, and we're just going to let it snap to all the intersection points. Okay. This is my internet kind of, okay, and I'm just clicking and snapping, and I'm just tracing the shape basically. Make sure you are snapping to that spot. If you've drawn it neatly enough, it should work. Okay. And down. This is getting a little tricky. Again, so all I want you to do is try this. If you're struggling at home because of your internet or because of your Chromebook, then let me know that through email, and we'll come up with a solution. Okay, that's why I want you trying this. So there's that object. So now if I go up here and I click off my construction layer, there's the object shape, which looks very similar to what is over here. Okay. So that's drawing the main shape. I'm going to leave the squares for now, and we'll come back and do some dimensioning. So I'm going to stop this video. That's that chunk. And you can draw yours if you've been able to follow along, or try and do it now, and then we'll go from there.